Shanti. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. Remain absorbed in having altruistic love. Those who are loving do not need to be remembered, but they are automatically remembered. Simply let there be love in your heart. Let it be true and altruistic love. When you say, "My Baba," lovely Baba, you can never forget the one you love. You cannot receive altruistic love from anyone except the Father. Therefore, do not remember him with any selfish motive, but remain absorbed in having altruistic love. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 7. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. Today's topic: remain absorbed in having altruistic love. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Is everyone merged in God's love? So I won't be asking how are you, right? Because if you are merged in God's love, there will be so much joy, super sensitive joy, unlimited joy, right? It's only at conference age that we get God's love, only at conference age. And we have to feel that love so much that we become not only loveful, but our love for God continues, right? Even Baba says, I am not in golden age, but Baba's is with us in the sense of this combination which Baba gave today of action and dharma. Instantly Brahma Baba came in front of me and I saw his routine was 18 hours. And it was there, even whatever we know his age was, what it, like he will wake up in the morning, 2-3 hours, at least personal time, chit chat with Shiv Baba, and kind of absorbing in a silent way what he has to give as Shrimat to children, what answers he has for children. So if you look at then by 9 o'clock, Baba will come, sit in the cottage, in the hut, 2 hours, 3 hours to answer the letters. And then he took break. And then before lunch, he will walk around in the kitchen, go all over, and then he will have lunch. And a very short time rest. And then, of course, Baba in the evening, 5 to 7, will just, as if he's giving sakash to the children and invoking children worldwide, right? Not only in Bharat, but that's how double foreigners also felt the call of Brahma Baba. And then have dinner, then again in class. So it was quite a action for everything. But this whole thing of dharma is If we ask people these days, Baba's children, we were so busy that we didn't remember Baba much. Busy in what? Baba's seva, right? Or only seva. So much with action that dharma is forgotten, Baba is forgotten. Actually, service happens whenever there is action and situation which comes. Now, I'll give an example. There was one person very against Brahma Kumaris, and he decided to talk with one of the sisters. 1 hour he kept saying different things, asking different things, and this sister had so much patience. She never showed frustration, never showed she's tired with his questions. And after 1 hour, he said, Sister, tell me now, whatever you tell, I will do. There was so much transformation only because of her patience, her sweetness, which continued. Her way of talking was very gentle, but very much with authority. So, what is serving is the quality. It's not the words. No. I remember in Peace Village, when people come, they don't look at what food is being served. They look at those who are serving. So they write smilingly serving. So what they're talking about, their smile more. Then, of course, after eating, they will say good food. So dharna is what is serving, right? Otherwise, you are only doing good karmas, right? So how dharma and karma, if they remain, you do unlimited service. So Baba is saying, remain absorbed in having altruistic love. Those who are loving do not need to be remembered, but they are automatically remembered. Simply that there is, Baba says that simply let there be love in your heart. Let it be true and altruistic love. When you say, generally we use the word, Baba says, when you say, Baba, lovely Baba, you can never forget the one you love. You cannot receive altruistic love from anyone except the Father. That is 100% sure, right? Therefore, do not remember him with any selfish motive, but remain absorbed in having altruistic love. Now, many come in Gyan and they get what they wanted. They don't come because they got what they wanted. So that's called like I came for some needs or some desires, something was lacking in the life. But we all came because we want to serve Baba. We want to be making our life elevated. We want to become pure. It's very interesting that why I decided to live the life of purity, because when it came that Baba said that even hermits and many, those who are supposed to be living life of purity, or even grasthis after certain age. But now Baba needs power of purity. So when you live pure, your power of purity will be for world transformation. And I instantly said, wow, that's good. So it's like we were motivated for not only personal life, but also world service. Anything which touches us and we say for world service, we naturally do it, right? Altruistic love. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. How are you? How
I
are you
think
doing?
I'm doing
I,
very well.
I think you're
It's
still
just
jet lag because you look so fresh. You look as though you're the New York look. You have the New York look. You don't have the India look as yet.
yeah, jet lag. It has timing, right?
That's
So
right.
here we have many hours in the morning because we are so early up. So Bhumi Band,
Mhm.
we spend a lot of time with Baba, and so yeah, very fresh.
So that's what I'm calling the New York look. You're still on New York time.
Right. Thank you.
So this is a very interesting type of love that Baba is talking about. And I went back to some of the Murlis, and he was using the word altruistic as selfless love. So I was wondering, what's the Hindi word that is translated as altruistic?
Niswarat.
So it's selfless. Niswarat is without any selfish motives,
Swarat
desire,
is selfish. Swarat is selfish. Niswarat is
with
altruistic.
altruistic or selfless. So if I were to try to understand from an English speaking perspective, the word altruistic love, Baba talks about altruistic seva, but in this particular one, he's talking about altruistic love. And from an English understanding, it means selfless. It means a compassionate love directed toward the well-being of others. And the
Mm,
well-being of others would involve acts of kindness, of generosity, and of sacrifice without expecting anything in return.
mm,
So when Baba uses this term, you cannot receive altruistic love from anyone
mm,
except the one Father. In other words, what he's saying, none of you can give altruistic love. You can only receive altruistic love. But maybe what he's saying there, you cannot give it. Unless, of course, and I'll ask you, how is it then possible for us to give altruistic love? Is it what he said on Sunday, that we can give it if we're instrument, if we're humble, and if we have pure nature, pure intention, pure words? Would that be a basis that I can be an instrument to give altruistic love? Because he's saying you can't get it from anyone else but the one Father. That means you cannot give it on your own. Am I understanding that right?
I think the definition of altruistic, of kindness, compassionate, and generosity, very good definition. Now, when it comes to us as Baba's children, we can share altruistic love because our love is spiritual love. And when it is spiritual, soul conscious love, it is altruistic. Because in soul conscious love, what am I expecting from anyone? If the love is where with, of course, is a human being, soul in the human being form, but there is some kind of expectation, dependency, something is always there. But as much we become soul conscious, I remember one time, Dadi Janki, we were sitting in New York in a Vyakti Bhavan in our bedroom. Dadi was sitting there and some of our main teachers. And Dadi said, you all just have to be loving. So one of the sisters said, but no, I want to be detached because when you are loving, people are kind of around you, uh, more close. And So I am very detached. So Daddy said, no, when there is purity, that love will never have any attachment because of soul consciousness. So I can say, yes, we can have altruistic love, soul conscious love. So if you look at spiritual love, soul conscious love is different from lockic. It's a lockic. So I think I feel that yes, we can share altruistic love with others because that's what we receive from Baba, right? And we receive because the soul receives, right?
But a
Soul is
soul cannot, yeah, but can a
so
soul give another soul altruistic love without Baba's presence in between the two souls?
when we're receiving from Baba. So definitely Baba is there in between. No? I mean, how do we don't know each other, right? In a lokic way. We don't have any relationships, right? So it is soul to soul, and also because we are Baba's children, right? So as you said truly that it's because of Baba in soul consciousness and also because of Baba. So we keep Baba in between. No? Whether it is listening to someone, whether it is what we have to do for someone, because of Baba, you know. So Baba gave us, we and soul consciousness, then share with others.
Yeah. In Dadi's written piece today, she said one of her spiritual efforts is sattva guna. She wants to become this, she
Sato.
wants to aspire for these gunas in their purest stage. And of course, the gunas, they are connected to the virtues. And so for hers, one of her virtues that she's aspiring to was purity. So if we are aspiring for this altruistic love on the basis of purity, one of the things you talked about was the dharma in the karma. And I am going to rephrase that and say dharna in the seva, because we all aspire to do altruistic service. So bearing in mind this satya guna of purity that Dadi spoke about, there are different types of altruistic love in a Brahmin's life. One is altruistic love in seva. One is altruistic love in the family. One is altruistic love for the yajna. Would you like to comment on these three and add if you feel there is altruistic love in other areas?
Yeah, but before that, I want to tell a little bit about Satogun. These gunas are not virtues. These gunas are like quality, you know. That means
What's the
in
difference between?
tamo there is ignorance, there is darkness, and you know, it's like full of desires. Rajo is where something is adulterated in you. No, because in Gita, when we talk about food also, tamoguni and then rajoguni. So rajoguni is because sometimes we have food left from yesterday, right? So we keep in the fridge. In the morning, we make breakfast, right? So some people, I know in one family, there used to be fight between husband because she will mix it and he will say, let's enjoy the fresh one and then we will. If we have to use it, we will do it. But Satoguni is when you prepare it, it is fresh and you remember Baba, you offer it to Baba. Satoguni. So same is our stage. You know, Tamoguni person will have certain characteristics, making promises, not fulfilling them, and it's like very selfish ways. Rajoguni sometimes this, sometimes. And Satoguni person is very honest, very clear, very much not into gossiping. They don't like my ears to be used. Anyone complains to me and I say, no, not my ears. I don't want to listen. No, so you're not interested into anything which is not positive, which is not pure. And you want to maintain your sato stage, So that is one thing. And now, as you said, the categories of
All right,
altruistic.
let me just clarify that. So there's Sato, Rajo, and Tamo are qualities of being. So
Not the virtues,
it's
not the
quality.
virtues. Yeah,
Yeah,
quality.
but I'm just saying the qualities of beings will be associated with a virtue. So my purity of Rajo is mixed. My purity of Tamil is non-existence. My purity in Sato is at its peak. The point I'm trying to ask for clarification, Didi, does it exist outside of a virtue? And it is just a quality of being outside of a virtue, the
No.
gunas?
See, sato expressed in personality is your thoughts, words, and actions, right? So virtues
Mhm.
are in those. Our thinking will be, Satoguni person's thinking will be always very pure, always beneficial, always elevated, And the words will also be enlightening, encouraging, full of enthusiasm. And actions will be same. So a person is recognized by thoughts, words, and actions. So Sato person, like Dadi Prakash Mani said, that's her aim, was obvious, right? The way she thought, the way speak, the way she did seva also. So automatically, it's like our personalities and our thing describes that this soul is a Rajogini because keep fluctuating in virtues also. And Tamoguni will keep promising, keep saying it, but will never fulfill it. So this is how it works, is as you said, virtues and thoughts, words, and actions.
Okay.
So
And
Satogu, the quality of the soul, expressed into thoughts, words, and actions. And those are of
okay.
virtue.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think I got it. And what are the types? Because we already at 8:30 here. And so what are the types you think of altruistic love in the Brahmin family? Seva,
I-
family, yajna,
Mm. Seva, family,
yajna.
yeah. Huh? What else? So what what you all think? What else? Mm.
Outside, of course, the soul with the supreme soul and the soul to the
Mm.
soul. The soul to the soul would be family love. The soul to
Mm.
the yajna would be to Baba, the flame, Bapdada. And the altruistic love will then be the selflessness in serving, the
Mm.
humility, the instrument consciousness. That was what I was thinking when I'm saying, how do I make sure I'm expressing altruistic love in my Brahmin life? And I started making a list.
Yesterday or day before, we were talking about bhav, bhavna, and swabhav and bol, four things. So when bhavana changes into kamna, kamna is desires, right? So very good bhavana, you start seva and then desires. We forget that this is Baba's seva, Baba will do it. I comes in, I and mine. And you could see little favors, little creating obstacles. And, yesterday I was telling them that if you deny someone something, is that person breaking the rules regulation, or because that person doesn't get along with the instrument? So I said, there is possibility that two instruments or some younger one don't agree with me, or I don't agree with them. But why will I block, create obstacles in Yajna Seva? No? So Dadi Gulzar one time really gave me congratulations for saying, that's one thing I have never done, even if I don't get along with anyone. But you are instrument for a particular service. I will not block the service because it's creating obstacles in Yajna. But sometimes it does happen, certain decisions are taken only because I couldn't get along with that. So I was telling them that we have to create proper rules, regulations. Okay, if someone disagrees or doesn't do properly, then you say, okay, you will not be allowed to do this, or you won't get certificate, or you won't get this. So, but it shouldn't be because of two souls, because sanskars are different, and we live, we coexist. Still we have spiritual love, but we are very different. So I think that keeping our dharna, our actions neutral. So I'm not blocking anyone's seva because it's Baba's seva, right? So little bit attention on dharma while doing karmas. Sometimes we forget dharma and we are so much in karmas. So anyway, these are very deep topics.
And also, as you mentioned, the family love gets damaged by the same thing, in which when the sanskaras clash, rather than a few neutral ones come in and uphold the platform, the spiritual platform, we're trying to please one against the other. And that damages things, to me, very much. Whereas while they're resolving their sanskaras, maybe the neutral ones should come in and hold the yajna and hold the family together while a few members sort out their sanskaras. Okay, it's a trick question for you. And the final question is altruistic love love by effort or love by fortune?
I think it's both, because you have that, but you have aim also, no? So sometimes you have to make efforts. Sometimes it's natural, right? And sometimes you remind yourself that as an instrument, Baba has chosen you for a particular thing. My sanskars doesn't match you, but I still always feel, so I think that I have to make effort, right? So it's fortune and also effort both, no? Even if I have fortune, but I have to make effort. And when I make effort, that means I remind myself, this is my aim and this is what I have to do. That's effort, right?
Yeah.
So
So I make effort. I make effort to be an instrument for altruistic love, but I don't make effort to receive Baba's altruistic love. He says, just keep saying lovely Baba, sweet Baba. What did he say? Something like that. Lovely Baba. Just simply keep saying that from your heart and you will receive it. So something about making efforts for love that doesn't sit well with me, because I think love flows from the heart in a natural way when the dynamic is right, when the dynamic is pure.
I mean, you have experience, we have experience from with Dadi Prakashvani, right? So Dadi used to love you, you had a lot of love for Dadi. And with Dadi, there was very natural altruistic love, right? But then sometimes Dadi gave certain directions to certain souls, then they kind of sulk about it and they're not really happy about it. But they still then think about, no, Daddy said this must be her love. She gave me this direction, maybe it's because of love. So as little effort is required in that. No?
Okay, thank you, Didi, and happy Satguruvar to you. And are you offering hope today
No,
in Shantivan?
generally we offer in a Vyakti Parivar, but here is early morning.
Mhm.
I know, but Rukmani Van is offering.
Okay, so
Oh,
lots and
oh,
lots of love. And love
big
to you,
cel-
Bhumi. I'm hearing you whispering, but I can't see you.
Yes, I'm here.
Show your
Okay,
face.
everything is good in New York.
So far, yes, I was in Boston and Dave is joining you. He must have arrived now in Madhuban, in India. So I had a really good time in Boston tying Rakhi. And Sister Mohini, I did my chart and I must say, I was content. I asked all of them at the center if they were content with me. They said yes. And then I'm sure all the students were content, and there were about 200 students both days. And so it was a very beautiful turnout. And so I accumulated for
Mm,
that trip to Boston. So I was just
yeah.
checking to see if I accumulated. So I'm very proud of myself. I was so content. So how are you, Bhumi? Are you content?
Yes, very much.
What kind of a tone is that? Yes, very much. That's how you sound. Yes, very much.
There is nothing else. It's all contentment.
Good. Because you're in that sacred space, right? Of Madhuban.
Yeah, so
So
much love
anything you
here.
want to tell us? You want to tell us anything? Happy Rakhi, happy Raksha Bandhan. We've got that beautiful message from Didi.
This year means this is my first Raksha Bandhan in Madhuban in whole Brahmin life. Actually, I never been here for
Mm,
day. There's so many sisters who come and tie Rakhi. So it's just I'm just enjoying the whole scene in drama in Madhuban. And one thing I want to say that yesterday Mohini Didi met Shantivan Nivasis, so in Dadiji meeting hall. And I was sitting there and I was just like lost in that atmosphere in Baba's love. And I felt like all dadis were sitting there and Mohini Didi is giving class and everyone is like statue. Nobody wanted to move for 1 hour and it's just beautiful, so beautiful. I can't even express how it was in words, but it was amazing. Like how
When we came out, they say, oh, class should be at least 2 hours. 1 hour is not enough.
But that happens when the souls are thirsty. And so when they're being given something to quench the thirst, of course they will enjoy it and enjoy it and enjoy it.
the atmosphere was so powerful and beautiful. Like you just don't want to come out of it. Like
Oh,
you just
that's
want to sit
beautiful.
there and just keep listening, keep listening. It's just like Baba is saying, Dadis are saying something, even though they are using Didi's mouth or whatever, as an instrument. But it was all from Baba and Dadis, So it's
Mm,
amazing.
I had been
Great.
saying that in everyone's, what should we say, in the system, there is little bit of every Dadi. In every Baba's children, those who little bit from Dadi Prakashmani, Dadi Janki, from Didi, Dadi Gulzar. No? So everyone has little part of their love, their teachings, and their presence. Though sometimes when they say dadis are not there, I said, but we all have to create that presence of dadis through us. No, not keep saying there are no dadis. But maybe in each one of us there is little bit of what dadis have given us so that we
Yeah.
can sustain the yajna.
I don't know if you know that in Dadiji meeting hall, in one wall, there are big pictures of Dadis. 8 Dadis on one wall, and then back wall, that's Mama and Baba. Big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And one wall has a whole history of Yagya.
Right. So it's like walking into the Avyakt region and you're meeting them life size. Yeah, they're there waiting for you.
I was telling clock, just stop there. We just want to be here.
So Didi was doing the class in Dadiji's meeting room. Is that where
Yeah,
she did
that
the
is.
class?
Because they
Beautiful.
have something going on in Gyanmoti. So generally used to be there, but right now it's occupied. But it wasn't enough. The space was not enough. So half
Yeah,
of them were
that's
standing
okay.
outside. It was
Um,
missing.
But
Yeah.
Maybe she
will
has
plan
to go to the conference hall next time.
that's what they were thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you,
Okay.
Veteran.
So lots of love. All
Shanti.
right. Om Shanti. Good
We all
night. Good morning.
we will invoke whole Avyakti Parivar for Rakhi. We have beautiful experience. Saturday will be Rakhi celebration
Yeah,
here.
and Sister Didi, I visited Ram and Rupali and Adi's home. And my gosh, that home is so clean. I've never seen such a clean home. And so I asked
It's
Rupali
all,
Ben, who cleans this home? She says
but
she
no,
cleans
because
it.
it's also new, no, newly
Yeah,
built place. So yeah.
right. So I
Anyway,
really had a nice time with them.
very good. Okay. Yeah. Om Shanti.
Shanti. So tomorrow is Friday and our schedule from Amritvila. Sorry. Tomorrow is Thursday and our Amritvila 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. In the evening 5 to 6 p.m. English Sakar Murli. Together with that, in breakout room, a Vikti Children Murli class, 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Bhog offering, Hindi series, English series, and chit chat. So now let's remember Baba and take Drishti from Didi.